Man United's value has plummeted by £250 million to £1.5 billion in just 1 month, all because of their worst start to a season in 24 years. This from Monday, January 13th, 2014. United's dismal season to the campaign has seen the club's value drop by £250 million in just a month, it has been revealed. According to a report, United's share price has now fallen to 1.5 billion as a result of the poor performances and unrest within the club. It all comes with United 7th in the Premier League table following 6 defeats before the turn of the year. David Moyes' side have also been knocked out of the FA Cup and trail Sunderland 2-1 after the first leg of their League Cup semi-final. Sorry, I can't help but stop.
Really? Really?
But United find themselves trailing leaders and local rivals Manchester City by a full 10 points. And Football Finance consultant Keith Harris talked about the extent of the club's slump. The poor on-field results have begun to take a grip that's cost the shareholders of Man United just under £250 million. The value of the business marked by the share price is worth about £250 million less than it was just over a month ago. The Glazers are more interested in Man United as a producer of cash for themselves. This is a significant fall by any nature. It is a huge sum of money. It's not cash, but paper value. It will be something they will inevitably keep their eye on. The Glazers had the opportunity to sell at a higher price than they could fetch today and declined because I think they thought that the curve they were riding was an ever-improving one. They are still burdened by interest. In the last 5 years, they paid around £400 million in interest and recorded a loss of income in the quarter they just reported. The G-Man was talking about Chelsea attracting big players. About Man United attracting big players via Moyes, and we spoke back in the summer about Moyes' lack of pulling power. And at the end of the day, the fact is, if your share price is going down, then the chairman are probably going to be less likely to loosen the purse strings to help you get those bigger players. Because if you're in charge of a team that's losing money, that's hemorrhaging money, and 250 million chipping off your share price, that is hemorrhaging money.
Oh yeah,
that's hemorrhaging money WCW style. Is one of them ones.
Playing guys to sit at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Tom Cleverley and Ashley Young, where they should be. But anyway, the point I'm making is this.
There we go.
Seriously, that is... Well,
that's huge.
Well, he's going to be in somebody else's home. But anyway, the point... That's if it was to be believed.
But looking at how much they've lost, that is the real cost of poor results on the pitch.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, obviously, Chelsea have made like 49.4 million worth of losses. And obviously... them winning the Europa League wasn't as much in terms of prize purse as if they had won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Clearly, we know that already. But, of course, they've been reporting losses, even with exceptional earning years, 71 million here, 71 million there for the last couple of years. So, at the end of the day, doing poorly on the pitch and a lack of stability, it's one of them ones. It's one of them ones where you got to look at. You're going to end up counting the realistic cost of doing poorly.
Yeah.
And if United are losing that much money in the space of a month, we've seen the anti-Glazer posters at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Waiting for the Newton Heath scarves to come out, because they always seem to come out when Man United go through an odd patch. But let's see. But it's one of them ones. If there's that kind of unrest, and results on the pitch are not doing well, then it's only going to be a matter of time. And also, if you don't qualify for the Champions League this season, if you don't qualify for Europe at all this season, which is realistic at the moment,
no. I'm not disagreeing.
Then you're going to see a lot more of your share price get chalked up.
Well, this is the thing, right? And that's why there was a lot of talk about what if Jose Mourinho was appointed, right? Me personally, I advocate for Jose Mourinho being appointed for this particular reason. Like, yes, we're going to go and say he'll spend a lot of money, but hear what now? With him getting results, now listen to me, people, with him getting results, okay, those share prices, they go up, okay? The big players that we're talking about, David Moyes going and having a look at, Jose Mourinho doesn't have to go anywhere.
No, but
they come to Jose Mourinho.
But also you got to bear in mind the fact that the Glazers as I said in the article, it's a case of the Glazers have always seen United as a money-making machine. Why else would they put them on the New York Stock Exchange and only give the club back half of the money? It's one of them ones. So whatever you make on the stock exchange, half of that is lying in their pockets.
Yeah.
Which is a disgrace anyway, and especially considering they bought the club in a leveraged buyout, which I've said on numerous occasions should be illegal. There should be no way you can get away with that, but it's got to be a source of consternation, hasn't it? The fact that much has been chalked off in a month of your share price.
Well, I mean,
even though, all right, yeah, you're still worth $1.5 billion, which is huge.
Yeah,
but having that much of a chunk, if that happens again, then you're down to 1.25.
Yeah.
Happens again, you're just on the cusp of billion.
Yeah.
Happens again, it could keep happening. You never know.
Yeah, and this is the thing that is so terrible about it for David Moyes, is that it's not just about his performance as manager. It's not just about the players performing under him as manager. It's not just about the result.
Yeah.
It's about the money. Right?
Yeah.
You're losing all this money. So, actually, we need somebody who can go and help us get that back. Yeah. So, bye. Like, I know we was talking about long-term project, all the rest of it. Mm-hmm. The long-term project was to keep the money figures where they were.
Yeah.
If not improve that. And right about now, you're really not helping. I know it's supposed to be new era transition, all this other stuff, all those other nice adjectives that you want to use. But no. Right about now, that was a pipe dream. It's not happening.
But let's say at least it's a pipe dream rather than a pipe bomb. Yeah. But yeah, I know. It's a cheap one. But no, but the thing is, let's say in a hypothetical world, United had hired Mourinho.
Yes.
Obviously, with him, in my view, being a short-term manager, would that have been it? It might have been best for the club in the short term, but would it have been best in the long term? Because in 2-3 years' time, you would have had to go through that transitional period anyway. So why not get it out of the way sooner rather than later?
There is that. But then in that same 2-3 period while he's there, he also does a very, very quick rebuild, which he always does everywhere. Okay? So you know that the squad...
Yeah, but Mourinho's quick rebuilds usually hurt long term.
Yes, but I'm saying that... I'm saying that, you would have got some quality players in key positions, more so than what they've got right now, at least, minimum, right?
Ooh, minimum.
And the other thing, right? They also would have won some trophies in that time period. Why? That's because that's what Jose Mourinho does. He wins stuff all the time. Doesn't matter where he is. England, Italy, Spain, Portugal, don't matter. He wins.
Mourinho does, yes.
Right? Which means that, we're talking about money, okay? Those same figures probably go up by about 500 million. Yeah? Because he's just winning stuff consistently. He's improving those average players. So, for example, Tom Cleverley suddenly becomes a world beater.
I don't think that will happen, but yeah. Speaking of pipe dream.
Yeah, I was probably a step too far.
He's probably had a pipe bomb to his career so far.
It probably was a step too far. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? In that he would have that kind of effect. And like I was saying, he doesn't need to go and look at players himself. Yeah? He can pay someone to go and do that for him. Right? And those players don't even, he don't even need to go send people to go look at those players. Those players will come out and say, yeah, I want to go play for Jose Mourinho at Man United. Done. Right? All this talk about Cristiano Ronaldo potentially coming back. Jose Mourinho's there. Listen, yeah, I'd love to play for Jose. I'd love to come back to Man United. Deal's done. Yeah? Nike put most of the money themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're tired of seeing him in an Adidas kit. Right? Gareth Bale probably doesn't even go to Real Madrid. Yeah, they falls through a deal. Gareth Bale goes Man United. How different is that? Do you know what I mean? When we talk about young promising players, Jose Mourinho's in charge. Look, they put together a deal. Get Rafael Varane. It's going to be a difficult one to swing because, obviously he's a favourite of Zinedine Zidane. But, I mean, let's look at it, right? Karim Benzema, he probably signs for Man United. You see what I mean? The Paul Pogba deal, minor. If I tell you who Jose Mourinho goes for in my assimilation of this whole situation.
Bizarro world.
In Bizarro world. Daniele De Rossi, right before the start of the season, right when he's at his most unhappiest, before Roma start beasting and are literally leading the title challenge, That's when he gets him, comes in, makes a whole world of difference to that Man United midfield. Whole world of difference. And you know what? He's actually playing Shinji Kagawa in the right position. Okay? Probably told Antonio Valencia, yeah, you probably need to do something different. Ashley Young could actually turn into what arguably one of the best wingers there is. It could be one of those Joe Cole transformations for Ashley Young in this hypothetical scenario. Because let's think about it. They're very similar. So all of that stuff happens. Man United, totally different team.
But
Money's
remember,
up,
we don't live
up.
in the world of ifs, buts, and maybes. That's
And we
where I
don't
was
live in
gonna
bizarro
come
world
from.
either.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. But then again, yeah, I know Mike Kahneman, you wanted to jump in on these points as well, didn't you?
Yeah, straight away, Gezzie, I'm going to say I don't rate Ashley Young. This is from someone that went to school with him. He was an alright player back then. He's alright for Villa.
Before you continue, I do want to point out that I did actually say I don't rate him at all. I did actually say that. I did actually say he should be transfer listed and on his way out.
Yeah.
What I want to emphasize
but
is I was saying
could be a beater.
I was going to say if Jose Mourinho was in charge, knowing Jose's coaching capabilities, it would have been different. Absolutely, astronomically, biblically different.
I don't think anyone can get anything out of Ashley Young because he's not exactly that great anyway.
You say that, but if we rewind time and go back to when Martin O'Neill was handling him,
Van Persie with Ozil, with like the Matters, with you don't look at him in the same category.
Not right now.
But then Mike, I want to call you out about something. I remember you saying that Ramsey should be sold before the season.
Yeah.
And there's audio proof of that. And look what Wenger has gotten out of him this season. So you saying that in the same way, and Ramsey used to get castigated on a weekly basis by Arsenal fans. There was that mockage about every time he scores someone dies. There was that as well. So I don't know. I mean, you saying Ashley Young, there's kind of no one who can get anything out of him.
I'm saying look at Martin O'Neill.
A bit harsh. Yeah,
look at Martin O'Neill, and I'm saying
I'm not Ashley Young's biggest fan. Far from it. After him saying, "Oh yeah, diving. Oh, it's up to the refs to cut it out." No, I'm not his biggest fan at all. But I just wanted to drop that point in there for playing devil's advocate and for fairness' sake.
Oh yeah, great point as well. And I was one of the worst ones about that with Aaron Ramsey. I totally agree with that as well. It's because of this season. Like, yes, he's been injured, but I'm not going to even go there with that. This season, he has looked different in class. I don't even know. He's a changed player. I don't know if it's Wenger or if it's the fact we've brought in some other, like Steve Bold and that as well. It might be pushing it a bit more. I really don't know. Or even bringing Ozil in, another player to work with him.
But Gezzie, I know you wanted to interject.
Well, no, as I say, I was talking purely in a hypothetical, bizarro world scenario where Jose Mourinho is coach.